Rachel Zegler drops bombshell after Snow White Mother's Day box office DISBy. The fairy tale might be fractured. Hollywood darling and Broadway-bred powerhouse Rachel Zegler just shattered the silence after a Mother's Day weekend that delivered more thorns than roses for the upcoming Snow White live-action remake. What was supposed to be a magical moment for Disney's legacy quickly turned into a box office wake-up call, and Zegler, never one to bite her tongue, is finally speaking out. The snowstorm begins. Box office disaster. Reports began circulating over Mother's Day weekend that Disney's live-action Snow White, once touted as a bold reimagining of the classic princess tale, had suffered a staggering loss in audience confidence, with lukewarm pre-release buzz, social media backlash, and an increasingly vocal fan base growing weary of what they called a woke rewrite. Whispers in Hollywood became roars. Is Disney in trouble? Did they go too far? But nobody expected Rachel Zegler to add fuel to the fire. Zegler claps back. This was never about playing it safe. In a surprise livestream titled, "Let's Talk, for Real," Rachel took to her social platforms late Sunday night, dressed casually but fiercely composed. What started as a heartfelt thanks to fans quickly turned into a 25-minute truth bomb. "This isn't your grandma's Snow White, and it's not supposed to be," Zegler said, eyes locked on the camera. "If people want the 1937 version, it's still on Disney+. But our story, it's about power, freedom, and a woman who doesn't need to be saved." The comment section erupted, half in awe, half enraged. But that was just the beginning. A Disney dilemma. The princess problem. Insiders at Disney are reportedly split over how to handle Zegler's newfound outspokenness. One anonymous executive told a source, "Rachel's talented, no doubt. But when your lead actor starts critiquing the original film that made this possible, it sends mixed messages." Others argue Zegler's honesty is exactly what makes her the voice of a new generation. The Broadway veteran, who made her mark in West Side Story, has always worn her values on her sleeve, and she's not about to start pretending now. "People want fairy tales," she continued in her video, "but they don't want to admit that even fairy tales need to evolve. Snow White doesn't wait for a prince anymore, she writes her own ending." Backlash or bravery. Fans divided. Fans are now deeply divided. On one side, those praising Zegler for her courage, calling her the feminist icon Gen Z deserves. On the other, longtime Disney loyalists accusing her of spitting on the legacy. A trending post on X, formerly Twitter, read, "Rachel Zegler just turned Disney's biggest legacy into a TED Talk. Bold, but maybe too bold." Behind the scenes tension. A leaked rumor from the production set alleges there were creative tensions between Zegler and the studio over the portrayal of Snow White. While not confirmed, it wouldn't be the first time a bold actor clashed with a corporate vision. Sources say Zegler pushed for a politically charged, princess without a prince narrative, which didn't sit well with traditionalists in the room. One source said bluntly, "Zegler's Snow White doesn't dream of love. She dreams of power. That's not Disney's classic formula." So what now? With Snow White slated for a 2025 release and Zegler still contractually obligated to promote the film, Disney has a delicate dance ahead. Will they embrace the new narrative, or rein it in? Zegler signed off her livestream with one final, unforgettable line. "Call it drama, call it disruption. I call it storytelling, and this one's not over. Think fairy tales are simple. Think again." Rachel Zegler just shattered the glass slipper and set the internet on fire. What happened after the Snow White Mother's Day disaster? Stay tuned. This is not your average bedtime story. If this is just the beginning, what comes next might rewrite Disney history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because #BroadwayDrama is only getting louder.